Hello friends! If you're like me, you probably have lots of tiny little balls of yarn all over the place that are too tiny to do anything useful with, like knit a sweater or a scarf. Well, stick with me because I am going to show you how to get rid of them without throwing them away, because if you're anything like me, that would break your crafty little heart. So I'm going to show you how to turn this into this. Look at it. Ain't it gorgeous? Look at the colors. Right, let's get to it. All you need is your bits and bobs of yarn and a sewing machine and sewing thread in the color of your personal choice. Here is what I'll be using. As you can see, lots of little leftovers in lots of different colors and sizes. Doesn't matter if they're different sized, we're gonna stuff them all together and make something out of it. Step 1, gather all the ends. It's harder than it looks because yarn has a tendency to just unwind the second you put it down. Know what I mean? Ta-da! Success at last. See, it becomes nice and thick. And I've left a couple of leftovers to be used later when some of the other yarns run out, so I don't suddenly go from this to really thin. Something to keep in mind. Let's go. Now I like to go the same route with my sewing thread, meaning I use all the little bits and bobs that don't have much left. But that does mean that you get lots of different colors. So keep that in mind. You might want to use sewing thread that is very close to the color of your yarn. Hey, whatever works for you is fine. So it is also a good opportunity to stash bust some sewing thread. Where are you going? So this is generally how I start. I gather them and I just leave them on the floor and it's gonna get horribly tangled and I haven't really found the way to fix that yet. So if you have a brilliant idea, please let me know in the comments. You want to set your sewing machine on a zigzag stitch as wide as it can go. Put down your yarn. Fix it with some zigzag stitches. Try to scrunch it up a little bit. This is a bit messy. I haven't really found the right method to this yet. So experiment and see for yourself what works best. Generally, this gets the job done. So then make a beginning. You're going to be replacing the sewing foot quite a lot in the beginning. And when you start, you twist the thread. Doesn't really matter which way, I have found. You can also twist it one way and then twist it another way for the next row to get a nice effect. Reposition the sewing foot. Don't worry, it's gonna get much easier once you get going. Reposition again. The bobbin thread ran out, so I guess this is as good a time as any to show you the progress. See? I like this because it gives such a different vibe, such a different effect. And the good news is you don't have to worry about which goes inside and which goes outside, because you can always just flip it inside or outside the other way around if you don't like the colors. Easy peasy. You have probably already figured this out, but I feel I would be amiss if I didn't mention that this also makes a very handsome coaster. And if you want to make a coaster, then you're done. You just snip the thread and zigzag the ends in and voila. But I don't really use coasters, so I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna continue until this one runs out, which should be soonish. Also, because this thing doesn't really fit to my sewing machine anymore, so that sort of finishes it for me, in a sense. One way to finish it is to just start snipping threads a little while before you want it to end. And don't snip them all at once, snip them at different intervals so that the thick strand of strings that you have sort of thins out. And voila! There you have it, a very cute little bowl for all your knickknacks. Happy crafting, and if you decide to make one for yourself, oh please, please, please tag me! If you're on Instagram, my handle is @GwenShenanigans, because I so do love to see your creations. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please leave a comment, like, subscribe, share this video with your friends. And if you want to support me more, you can always buy me a coffee on my Ko-fi account, which is much appreciated. Bye bye!